Well, good morning. You know, we got to let that chord just hang in the air like it does. What a great song. New sheriff in town. You throw Riley some non copyrighted materials. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike. We are flying for guess you can't guess who. It's all written on the tail or on the fuselage. Millennium Aviation Company. Uh, Boy, what a VA they are. Hey, Duluth. We won't go that far. But hey, welcome aboard, sir. But yes, we have that special livery I mentioned yesterday. Millennium Aviation, one of their specialties. Three different versions, different colored tails, but just love this version. Don't fly it enough. Don't fly it enough. But we enjoy it. And this is a perfect flight for it. Flying for Millennium Aviation Company's Destination of the Month. Eswatini is the best I'm going to be able to do in pronouncing it, but you may, as I know it more, Swaziland, Africa. We were actually just there a few months ago flying here on Flying with Mike. It's one of those I don't like to repeat the flights, but with the amount of troubles we could get, I mean, I could have done a charter out of a million other airports, but this was simple, nice, easy. We'll just refly it, different aircraft. So I hope you enjoy it. And we are in the Zibo 737. We're going to be departing Botswana, Africa. So leaving one safari for another. So hope you enjoy it. This is, by the way, Eswatini. I'm trying my best here. Watini is south and east, probably more east than south of Johannesburg. And there's some issues with Johannesburg, not with X-Plane 12, but with the airline that I just want to make sure the flight gets through to get the proper credit we've been striving for this year with them. So, all right. So without further ado, by the way, let's just take a look at it. What we got to. Great paint job. I've had it since 2020, and just love this paint. I'm kind of glad now I'm not in a jetway, even though they get in the way. What a beautiful job the painter did for them. Just a beautiful plane. And like I said, they have a white tail and a red tail. So beautiful planes all around. Just love this aircraft. And I thought, what a fitting flight, because really this is a charter flight. So let's bring it out. And with so, let's head up to the office. All right, now you noticed I hadn't opened any of the doors or anything as of yet. We'll be getting to that. Bear with us. Let's first let you see the flight that we are about to embark. One of hopefully two today. You see it in the title. If not, stand by. It'll be in Twitch's chat. Like I said, Botswana to Eswatini, Swaziland, if you want to put it that way. And then it's Offutt Air Force Base. Ooh, some of you in the military know that base well. To a place, well, that hasn't been opened in quite a while. K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. About this time, it's probably completely covered with snow. But they still operated a full wing of B-52s out of there, on alert all the time. And yeah. But the airport itself is still there and is in a more commercial use now. The airbase itself is closed, but the facilities are still there. That's today's game plan. We'll get to the second flight later on. All right, first flight, let's brief it out here. Hang on, I'm behind the schedule. There we go. Today, the illustrious Zibo 737 will carry 32,000 pounds of payload. Just shy of 12,300 pounds of fuel, and we're going to have 160 guests aboard. Flying off runway 26 here, landing on runway 7 there, and you can see the route. Also, to make it a little easier on the tired eyes, for some who are just now getting off work, settling in, relaxing for their evenings, that ought to help you. It's in the chat. For those of us that are wide awake, still recuperating from our weekends, it's in chat. No, just kidding. All right, so cost index of 25, and we'll fly at flight level 370. The flight itself is 300, just shy of 350 nautical miles. All right, I hope y'all can come in and fly with us. This is a fun flight. Plenty of room here on the ramp. Oh, you know what? It would help if I came online. Hang on. We'll get rid of Sim Toolkit. We'll go here, here. That was something. I was working actually on something in the background. Sort of relative to the flight, just getting this tail number loaded into oh, yikes. Yeek. Okay, well, we're gonna leave some things blank today until I figure out what the heck I did. I got rid of my RNAV data. I accidentally hit that wrong button again. Now I gotta find out. I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, that's just, well, too late now. Okay. Well, darn. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. Wouldn't have known that. So that's been since yesterday. We'll have to look up yesterday's flight. So, to recover it. I was even thinking, no, Elevatech wouldn't have it. I left the speaker on, darn it. There we go. All right, well, we'll just have to press on without it. All right, now let's get back up into the office area here. Now that we know we're going to have 170 people aboard to wine and dine their way over to Swaziland, Eswatini. And let's see what we can do here. All right, so... Oh yeah, I was connecting up. Oh, crud. Yeah, I really forgot to put a couple fields in, and now we're set to go live. Okay. Let's try it. MAC7. Whoops. 572. A Bravo 738. Go. Go, go, gadget. Okay, we're just up and running. Oh, I guess VATSIM radar has a new one coming out soon. We'll see. Oh, there I am. I was trying to figure out where am I on the map. There we are. Okay. Okay, we can get this, kick the tires and light the fires. All right, so we are on the batteries, ground power. You can probably hear it in the background. Check the AC/DC switch. All right, cabin and IFE switches are on. Hydraulics are off. Fuel pumps off. And trim air on, and recirculating valves, isolation valves all set, and we've got the correct altitudes entered. All right, let's head up top, do a couple quick tests. Well, wait, let's do the ones at the bottom. Y'all seemed, for some reason, to love these. I get more crank up this aircraft sounds than I do anything. Why you all like these, I don't know, because maybe this is the only time you hope to hear them. There. One to grow on. All right, up top here. Very nice and audible. And then the one that'll kill you. A little bit more audible. Something Boeing ought to think about. A lot of airlines ought to think about. Relying more on the stick shake than the actual alarm. Yeah, stall warning. When you're stalling, you're falling. Not a good thing, folks. Gravity does work and works just as good as a pillow with the same amount of feathers weight-wise in it. They fall the same speed. Hate to break it to you. Okay, go to align. Go to, whoa, not to nav yet. Whoa, jump the gun there. Whoa. 6 minutes to go. If you all didn't know, just set the status and that'll give you how many minutes to alignment in Boeings that don't have it in their nav display. Okay, wrapping it up down here, just a quick overview. Everything looks set properly. We'll come back to the passenger sign warnings here in a minute. All right, it looks good. Let's get down here and get to work. Enter IRS position. Okay. We're good till the night before Christmas. All through the house. All right, we are at FBSK. Now, if you don't see this, set IRS position, come up here, move your switches to nav. Believe me, I've done it more times than I'd like to admit. And as I've said many a time, I don't know if you have to put in the departure point, arrival point. I do it out of habit, but we're going to be clicking flight plan request. And we're going to stop right there. All right, we're going to hold off right there, head over here to the EFB, which is a little bit in my face too much. We'll go to airside service and click and load and verify. All right, we're saying 123, 894. That checks with SimBrief 112 or 12. 299, that checks. 160, that checks. Activate. And what's happening right now? Right now, really nothing, but I believe we may have a staircase, or about to. All right, so the refuel truck should be coming up. Meanwhile, we're going to get going so we can get this plane airborne. Got a busy day today. Busy, busy, busy.
Ground supply deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Ah, there he is. Captain Morgan has arrived. All right, let's kick on and go. He only has about, well, roughly 4,000-ish pounds of fuel to put in. Yeah, 4,000, that's right, about 4,000 or 5,000. All right, so let's get back down here and get to work. Okay, let's go to page 2. There's our route. Yep, that all looks good, but we're going to go back. Well, we're going to start with legs, but let's go here and I'm going to slide it over a little, but that's about as far as I can go. Really hate when it does that. Okay. So we're going to figure out our departure. So what I use is charts. And if you weren't familiar, if you click import, import from SimBrief, hey, there's your route. I think we just aligned. We sure did. Okay, as of today, 1600 Zulu, 12 minutes ago, it is saying runway 8 would be better. Let's take a look. You know, it actually probably isn't a bad idea.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Okay, so we're set up for runway 8 now. Hang on a second. I'm going to break away for a second and get up here, get this APU fired up so we can begin the boarding process. Fuel pump on. There comes the APU firing up. It's just a couple second process here. Then it'll spool down to around 4 to 5 here, and the blue light will light up here for the APU gen to be available. Okay, so before we tackle this, since we already know we changed, we'll change it there. I'm going to bring charts back in and show you how this program really helps. Okay, so we've changed to runway 8. What departures? We have 8 that could be viable. Looks like the Udbu 2 Alpha to Udbull is the winner add, and all it's going to do is fill it in right here. Let's take a look at it real quick though. All right, so it's 079 to 4000, right turn, direct SK 503, direct Udbull. That's it. No requirements other than at 4,000 feet at the turn. Now y'all are going, that's a pretty good curve, but that isn't a long line. We're at 3,299 feet, folks. The airport is. Welcome to Africa. Yeah, a lot of this country is elevated territory. So, all right. So we said the Udbull to Alpha, correct? To Alpha, and execute. All right. From here, we'll pull charts away. What I'm going to do, I was going to have a setup to watch it up here, but we're not going to be able to. All right, so go to legs real quick. I'm going to have charts over here following along to make sure we have all the right fixes. Okay, so Udbull, Pedal, Avago, Exaby, Dukra, and okay, I'm missing one. Where are you? Oh, that'll probably be our final approach fix. We'll take a look. No arrivals. All right, so we're going to leave off. Oop, we got to go back. Okay, go back to departure. I'm putting it in because of how short the flight is. Let me get charts back in here so we can figure this out together. See, no arrivals, only 2 approaches, an NDB or an ILS. Sold. Sold. And MW, oh, that's the NDB. We'll just do that one. All right, so looking this over, if we fly direct from Dukra to our initial, we're good. So we'll take the ILS and execute. Go back to legs. Hang on, I know it's in the way. Next, there, oh, you saw it, there's the discontinuity. And there you have it. Nice and cleaned up, ready for us to go muck it up. All right, we're going to step through it always just to be safe. Go to plan. There we go. All right, and let's go back a page. Okay, so there's our 4,000 to here, stepping through. Looks good. And we will not have any alternate stuff, just that will be coming back to MW to hold if we have a missed approach. All right, let's go ahead, start boarding people. So the clue here, set chime to on. And here come the boarding ladders. All right, while they're doing their thing, we'll do ours. Yet still more to do. Go back to route, posit, and request. This does not do anything with SimBrief. All this is going to do is take what you're loading, put it in here. All we got to do is click load, and there will be no accepts or activates. Only thing we got to figure out is our reserve fuel for the flight, which it will do for us as soon as I get to it. 2.3 plus, oh, that's easy, 4.6. Okay, cost index 25. I thought we were higher than that. Hang on. 25, okay. And I thought we were going higher than that. What did I put up here? 38, I hope. Okay, my bad. Just verifying as we go. And transition, I saw it is 7,000. Okay, cool. All right, so do not click perf request, click N1. Now, I am going to bring Sim Toolkit back in. Reason being, I happen to have SimBrief tied into it down here at the bottom. And we'll go to our flight. There it is again, a little easier to read. Now, you have a couple of options here. You could click performance and tools and basically fill in all of this information again. Or simply click take off performance, calculate, boom, you're done. Oh wait, no we're not because we switched runways. Now boom, we're done. 13,000 foot runway, so there's our numbers. We're going to go out of here, flaps 5, takeoff 51 degrees, yielding 148, 151, 158. Okay, now there will be one thing we'll need to get, and I talk about that. Now, if you do the performance, takeoff performance over here, you will get the gradient on the runway, the slope up or down, and you'll get a cute little picture showing you where V1, V rotate, and V2 is. And I call it cute because it's very difficult to ascertain exactly where these will happen. So this is perfect for me. Now, one thing we'll notice, the speeds on the FMC when we're done will be lower than what you see on here. So, and it's telling you why, to improve your climb limit. Now, let's get rid of SimBrief, and I'll show you, however, you can go right here to your log. There's your slope, up 0.1. If that was a negative in front of it, it'd be down 0.1, or whatever it would say. Okay. Now, what the heck is Captain Mike talking about? Well, we're going to get to it. All right, so we said flaps 5, takeoff. Okay, we're setting takeoff. 51 degrees. Let's set that for our select temperature. Give it a second. Activated. And it's selecting us climb 2. I'll thumbs up that. Go to the takeoff page, click CG. Now, I click next page. Most of you just blow past this page, and that's fine. It's just fine-tuning some numbers behind it that most of you wouldn't really care. Now, we said the slope was U 0.1 diagonal. Where can we get the heading for the runway? Get it from SimBrief, right there on your takeoff performance. You can get it from your airport chart with the runway, so you can get that one pretty easy too. And then are we on a dry runway or a wet runway or a contaminated with snow runway? And I say that now because we're in snow season up north. But guess what? A wet runway can be just as slick as a snow-covered runway. So just because it's wet doesn't always mean just hammer down on it. Okay, so we got the fine-tuning done there. We're going to go out of here. We said flaps 5. We came up with 135, 137, well under what we said. Not really, about 10 knots, close to it. Okay, so let's fill it in. 148. We also said 151 for rotate. And 158. And there you have it, folks. All right, then we just come up here and we'll put 168. We said 079, probably quicker this way. That was too easy. Yeah, 078, okay. And we'll set 37 for our climb out. Okay, minimums. Wonder where the buses were. Let me take a look where we're at. We're at 93. The buses should have been over there. Huh, wonder where they went. Oh well, no big deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, front flight deck, we'd like to add our welcome board. Anticipate possibly some light bumps or some choppy air as we climb out. As a precaution, keep our flight attendants seated for a few minutes. Make sure we know, what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciate it if everyone would remain in their seats during that time. Thanks for being with us today.
You always gotta love when we're ready to go and they're not.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding door is not closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross-check, fare price draft, stand by for all call.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
All right, that's my clue when I hear the door close. Okay, y'all ready to go? I'm not. I gotta get ACARs running. Fooled ya. Hope y'all, though, are ready. Thanks again for joining us. We sure appreciate you. Got a clear ramp here, folks. I'd love to have you fly along. We're headed over to South Africa from here. So I hope y'all can join us. All right, bear with me 1 second. I'm just checking the MACAIR flight map. There we are. Cool. All right, let's take a look out the windows one last time. And that'll be the direction we're facing.
American Airlines. In just a few moments, we'd like you to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the cabin for an important safety demonstration on our Boeing 737 aircraft. Thank you.
They can handle that. All right, let's get ourselves ready to go up here. All right, let's do it. First, I want to get rid of my bad. Again, we want to welcome you aboard our first flight of the day, hopefully. All right, looks like we got a good fire up on that engine. Hang on, let me help myself out here a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just getting my phone hooked in here. Come up here. Okay, number 2 fired up. Let's get it on the gen. Okay, real quick running through here. Electrics on. AC/DC, we'll go to 2 this time. Probe heats on. Don't need anti-ice. Packs on. Off and off. Okay, flaps are going, taxi lights on. Botswana traffic, MACAIR 572, taxi to runway 8. Just want to check a keyboard command. Okay, good. I hate when I touch things. You know, as a kid, don't touch that. Don't touch that button if you don't know what it's doing. And of course, that just makes us want to touch it. Okay, we are on our way. Again, feel free to join, folks. The invitation's always there to have more fly along with us. Hope you enjoyed. Next flight will be out of Offutt Air Force Base in the U.S. To an older air base that hasn't been in service in quite some time. All right, we're pretty much ready to go. We just need to clear that one. RNAV VNAV set up. And lower ECAM, we're set, ready to go. So I hope y'all's weekend went well as we continue our taxi. I know we had a pretty good one here. Y'all ready to go? Botswana traffic, MACAIR 572 departing runway 8. Okay, flaps 5, takeoff checks complete. We're ready to go. right, 80 knots.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. $400. 1,000.
All right, we are on our way, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to click my clock. That's okay, about 2-3 minutes behind. All right, we're on our way. Climbing out. Flaps are up, auto brakes off, gears up and off. Landing lights at 10,000, and we should be hitting transition right about now. Okay. Climbing out. Hope you all enjoyed, folks. We love having you aboard. We are on our way to Eswatini, Swaziland, or if you just want to be a little bit politically incorrect, South Africa. It's a country that's actually within South Africa. I hope I said that right, because that's what it looks like to me. A country within South America. Be analogous to like Kansas being a country in the U.S. instead of a state. So you could travel freely around the state of Kansas, but you got to go in, passport showing and all that. Oh, wait a minute. We do that anyway now. No, just kidding. But no, seriously, it would be its own country, its own government, everything by itself. You know, kind of like California, New York, and stuff like that. Illinois could be right up with it. So, we are on our way. But that's kind of looking at the map how I see it. Reality, I don't know the actual politicalness around it, but looks like a country or possible state within South Africa. But anyway, that's where we're headed. Destination of the month for Millennium Aviation. These guys. You can thank your friends. We want to hear engine noise. You can thank them for that loud. I hope you got an earful. But anyway, beautiful paint job here at Millennium Aviation. The American Angel. And like I said, there's a white tail and a red tail version of this, all equally as cool. So, hey, if you're interested, if I piqued your interest in MACAIR, check them out, macairvirtual.com. Great, easy going airline. I mean, if you have aircraft for KLM or some of the Russian states or Chinese or South American, they, one, have flights with those kind of liveries, but you don't have to fly the livery, folks. You can fly this, or you can fly whatever's in your inventory, so long as it's within the substitutionary guidelines. Original Godspeed. They need to make it for the Airbuses. Millennium Aviation per original Godspeed, you need to make these also on the Airbuses. Welcome in there, Godspeed. We sure appreciate you. But yeah, check us out, folks. I've been with them better part of 6, 7, 8 years. This airline actually was formed out of a YouTube content provider, Captain Mac. And him and the group that came together to make it did a phenomenal job. Captain Mac is, by the way, for those out there, I hate, tooting someone else's horn, taking people away from my channel, but he's that good. Check him out, Captain Mac. He is back. He is flying. He kind of had a lot and then backed off again, but keep an eyeball out for him. He is and has been posting videos quite frequently again. But yes, I agree, Captain Godspeed. Millennium Aviation does need to put these in the A320, 21, and 19s. Boy, now to think about it, that would be sharp. Woo. Maybe, you know what? I'll even give you one more. The A330 900 Neo. That would be a plane for it. I mean, the A330 is all in general, but that 900, ooh, would that look sharp? But anyway, we're on our way. Oh, you're in DS. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. I know I've got that opened here somewhere. So, and welcome in, Mr. Godspeed. You are so correct in your comment there. I figured you were in some kind of version of timeout. But you ought to have grabbed your plane and joined us. Come on. You can fly the destination of the month. Oh, BKB. All right, let's see where we are so I can make sure we've got everything taken care of. 26,000. Off go the wing lights. Oh, wait a minute. They were off. Wait, what? Okay, that's fine. Oh, we're such a laid-back airline, folks. I haven't even turned the seatbelt sign on. They can just lounge about. My dad said this once. Think about this long and hard. You're required to wear a seatbelt in an airliner. You're required to wear a seatbelt in a car. You're not required to wear one in a bus. You're not required to wear one in a train, all of which could be, and some trains are well over 100 mile an hour. Interesting rules. All right, we are getting up to Padil and then on to Swaziland, South Africa. The weather actually should. Which gate did I depart? I have 3 to choose from. Elevatech, you cracked me up with that. But in real time, it would be getting dark right now in this area of the world. So give you an idea. Yes, we are. Aren't the engines overworking? They're on, let's see. They shouldn't be. They're doing their job. Lumo 1995. Are the engines overworking? I don't think so. They're at 100%. And we're all out climb right now to get to altitude. So when we get into cruise, they should back off. But thanks for letting me know. I sure appreciate that. We'll find out here in about 3,000 feet-ish or so. See what we can see. Absolutely nothing. Welcome to the jungle. Oh wait, no, this is the safari, or the savannas. Oh, now they look like they're pushing a little hard. Actually, that is
I'm back, sorry.
okay. Yeah, we've got Lulmo 1995 chiming in that the engines are working a little too hard. They are in yellow.
Thousand to go.
Not 100% sure why. We're into cruise, so that's why they're dialing back here. Winds aren't that bad to cause them to push as hard. Let me see here. I'm not really sure, Lulumo, but thank you. I've been kind of watching it. Don't know why they pushed into the yellow. Okay, we got about 140 miles to top of descent. So, like I said, this is in purposely made short flight. So, did I forget one? What did I do?
Do you know how to set up the fixings?
The what?
The fixings?
Like turkey and stuffing and all that good fun stuff?
Oh no, on the Mercedes.
Oh, yeah. What's up with?
Because because I seen 757 do it the other day, and I was like, I wonder if that applies to the tools too.
Well, hang on a second. I'm fixing something right now, Zibo. All right. Keep getting yesterday's flight showing up, and I was like, where did I forget? Found it. Found it.
But yeah, if you're not flying an Airbus, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, I know. That's the great thing about Airbuses. So, what about the fixings here? Did you want me to go through?
Well, I mean, are you flying an Airbus?
I'm flying Zibo. I'm working.
What about
Working
you?
too hard. Actually, a 737-800. You work a little less than the Airbus, or a little more than the Airbus pilots, but you pretty much are automated. The upcoming plane,
I
however,
was
you
gonna
will.
say it's really not that much more. It can't be that much more.
There's a little to it, but not much. But the next plane coming up, yeah, there's a lot to it.
Are you flying the Concorde?
No, I don't even have the Concorde.
Oh,
And I'm still one that not 100% sold on it in flight simming. I've flown it in past sims, but hang on, let me just check something here. Yep, that's where I threw myself off at. Okay. I made all the changes over on the other one and forgot to do it on this. Okay. No, we'll be flying the Queen of the Skies next.
so what's the king of the skies?
I really don't know.
380?
You know, I know many are trying to coin it as the King of the Sky, but the problem is when they coined the Queen, it wasn't around. My guess, if I had to guess, either the 707, possibly Connie or the DC-6 would have been the King of the Sky. But now they're trying to coin the A350 or 380 as the king.
I didn't know. That's why I was asking you. For
I really don't. I've never heard of any aircraft coined the king, other than a King Air. There we go. We'll call it a King Air.
What was that? 350?
Yeah. No, the one I always fly, the little 100.
The King Air?
Uh-huh. There's your King of the Skies. Boy, I can hear sales going out of people big time. But yeah, I've never heard what the king of, and I've even Googled it. Nothing. Crickets is basically what I think Jiminy the Cricket was what they show.
About ready to do a flight from Denver to Columbus.
Nice.
Got minus 22 yesterday on my landing.
Awesome.
Actually, is this morning.
That is awesome. Yeah, I think we cranked out 390 yesterday. Into Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know, I kind of like the little bunny hop. I'll take the 30 on the bunny hop.
I need to start traveling out of the country, man.
Well, this was a good flight for you. South Africa. Actually, do I have any controllers? Only approach. And they aren't for me. Unless they switch over. All right, we're about 90 miles from top of descent. Lulamo, it looks like the engines aren't working as hard now, so I have no idea what caused that. I really don't.
Yeah, I've noticed like Flight Sim has been like, or streamer has been like acknowledging me,
Awesome.
asking me questions when it comes to explain stuff like I work for or something.
I heard you did.
A lot.
I heard you work for Airbus. It's a rumor I started.
I don't know. I did call them out the other day.
Uh-oh, you called them out?
On their Facebook page.
Oh boy.
So like there's a button, right, like on like the far left, like in the middle, and it switches those two screens right there. Like
Oh, okay.
it switches them. So like I called them out because like when you switch like the train and the weather radar or whatever onto the other screen, it doesn't pick up the weather. If that makes sense.
Yep.
So if you switch them back,
That might be a TOLUS issue.
that's what I was saying. Like I called them
But
out
I
on
don't
that,
know
thinking,
if they really would. Because the, we'll take a look here. Oop, wrong one. See the way Zibo has this showing up on the co-pilot side?
Yeah.
Imagine now weather on top of that. What's what?
Well, no, not activated at the same time. Like if there was
Oh, so what you're saying?
one,
Go ahead.
if there was like WX weather on one, right? And you flip the screens around, like it wouldn't pick up on the other side.
So you're saying you're clicking the terrain on the pilot side versus co-pilot, or vice versa, and it's not picking up weather on the other one?
Well, it's not really the terrain. It's the XFR button, which basically switches the screens.
I will have to look into that, because obviously this aircraft will not show that.
And I was actually flying, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. Might have been the day
A320?
before. I believe it was the A320 when I was
Okay,
flying.
the baby buses. Okay, let's see here. I got a few seconds here. Let me go back in my video and see what switch you're talking about. Let's see, going back, YouTube, yesterday, what a great song. Oh, I'll get him for you. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, let me make sure we're not at top of descent. I'm looking for this XFR. Where's it at?
It's like right in the middle, on the left, very far left side.
Our left
It'd be
middle.
like a little circle button, like a black circle button.
Oh, I think I know where you're talking, and I probably will not see it because I don't zoom in there. Well, maybe. Hang on. In between the bright, light stuff.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I've never used that button.
So yeah, you basically hit that button and it switches the screens.
Huh. Yeah, I've never done that. Okay, we're 45 miles out. Be right back. Gotta let the dog back in. Oh, the stories I'm hearing about this, our dog. Oh, he's in a messy dog stage where he takes his food and it like ends up halfway around his bowl and all of that. The wife was just telling me he took a mouthful into the bedroom. Well, she said you thought he was throwing it up. No, he just dumped it there and ate it on the floor in the bedroom. Oh, dogs. They are a weird animal sometimes, especially when they get to 7 and 8 years old. All right, we are doing good on time here. Awesome. Because the Queen of the Sky is going to take some time to get ready to go on the next flight. All right, 40 miles out. And we said we are going to fly Exabi Durka to our arrival point.
Doesn't that plane take like 5 pilots?
Which one, the Queen?
Yeah.
3. Well, it depends the flight involved. Typical, if you stay like they used to, intercontinental, 3. They start getting out where they're going to be, over their time limits, 4 or 5 pilots, maybe 6, because the flight engineer has to be thought about too. All right, for the ILS approach, we need to get down to 5,300 feet by the NDB. All right, so let's set that in over here. Whoops. All right, and just to let y'all know, this airport is 2,078 feet above sea level. So, a lot of high terrain to the southwest of it, too. All right, real quick, before we go through the chart here, I'm going to go ahead and get the plane into descent. All right, there's a couple ways you can make that happen. From this type of FMS, you can just click descent. There is a version available in Zibo only. I don't think Level Up has it, where you would have a couple of these up here and VNav. Just click VNav, next page till you see the descent page. Always click forecast and check your transition level. I'll go with that. Either with the ATIS in the area or on the chart. Once you do that, request wins, and it'll be up to SimBrief if they'll give you wins or not. Airbus works, the TOLUS work off something else, and I wish Zibo would find the same way, because we always get wins with them. Okay, back to descent. Now, since we're within 6 miles, we could click descent now. On the FMC, we could click altitude intervene, which is what I'm gonna do. Or just let it pass the top of descent and it will start to descend. Pretty simple with the Boeing 737. Airbus, you actually have to click the altitude switch. Either push it in to get the blue dot. If that doesn't work, pull it out, or you can do an open climb and set the feet per minute.
And if that doesn't work, just dive.
Nope, just put the speed brakes up, nosedive it, and you'll be fine.
That's what I usually do.
And then get the book out. Put your feet up on the desk, get the book out that says how to fly. Then reach over for the speed brake and pull it up and it'll stop inches from the ground. Trust me, it did in Bugs Bunny. All right, so we're still just shy of 70 miles of Durka, descending into Eswatini. I don't know how to pronounce that. Best I'm doing here, folks. But yeah, some of the things an older dog is doing now is quite funny. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He lifted his head up. Let's go ahead, put in, let me go ahead and bring the chart in real quick. I know some of you like seeing this, especially the pilots out there learning instruments, and all love to see the jump charts. All right, so here's the approach. Hoofy. I have to hear that one before I call it that. And Matsapha Tower. Okay. Praying for no ATC on this one. Okay, there's the important one, the ILS 109.7 and heading of 073, final approach. Over the NDB at 1533, and we'll get our minimum set here in a moment. But I think weather-wise, we're pretty good. There's the missed approach back to this NDB right here for a hold. And one thing I wish US charts would start doing, putting in, especially for the glide slope out. Yes, I know that chart's right here, but this is a lot better. It tells you by mileage what to kind of be at coming down. I kind of like that. This will go off of your speed, and I think, what the heck are we doing for a landing speed today? Calculate.
165.
Close, 146. brakes 3? Why are we going so hard? Okay, brakes 3. We'll set that right now. Wow, that'll leave us only 500 feet. Yeah, we'll go brakes 3. We'll do it. Flaps 30. Okay. So factoring in a approach speed of 146. Okay, so you can look at this chart and kind of interpolate a little over 800, maybe like 850 feet a minute coming in for the landing. It's kind of a steep approach. 3.4 degrees. Wow. Usually it's 3. That's why I go, man, that's kind of steep. All right, we're a level performance C. Aircraft 250 will set for the minimums, and we need 1,300 meters and greater than 250 on the METAR strip. Currently, as of 3 hours ago, not good. 090 at 1012. And yep, pretty much not bad. A few cumulonimbus nearby. Cool. So we could see some thunderstorms. Kind of doubting it, but anyway, there's our charts. Let's bring in the weather real quick, get a more bullseye accurate look. I'm not seeing any thunderstorms, so that's cool. All right. What do you say we get this thing ready to land? All right, we need to set minimums. We'll set them for 250. Okay, we're ready. Again, we said what, 8,000's when we're gonna get that, so got a little ways to go to transition, and we're on our way. Again, we're using what's called ABC cameras. If you're not familiar with it, you can check it out here. It's a pretty good system. Here's the link to it. Now there is, oh, I forgot all about the update again. Doggone it. There's another update out there. I've already done one. I got to do another. They're through Skunkcraft. So they're pretty simple to update. You can also catch airplanes at the same time. But some things to note about it that are pretty cool. One, I think the cameras, actually I like how that one's staying where it is. I don't like them right up on it, like I've got to reset the Airbus. But that's a good angle right there. Let you all see this magnificent paint job on the 737. Spectacular Mac 738.
I wish I could just like copy it off the phone. And just slap it on
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get this to what you're, put this back to position. Here's our current wind, by the way, 231 at 14. So that's really not a, and that's at altitude. Now, another cool feature, hang on, let me try it again. I can click right here and it's going to tell me what's around me. Nothing, unfortunately. So, and I could actually go to that plane. I'm going to take... the wife had to take some calls downstairs. I guess the basement got cold. We'll have to check the vents, and I'll make sure they're vent. There's only one down there.
Oh wow.
Well, that's the way they built it, and we didn't during the renovation, or not renovation, the completion of the basement. Think to put more vents into that. It would just sent the cost up because of all that sheet metal.
But the icing spray is actually changing colors.
Do what?
I said that the icing spray is actually changing colors.
Tolus, right? You're on one of the Tolus planes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's type 1, type 4 being applied. And that does look like that in real life, different colors.
Was green, now it's yellow.
Yep. And you only have 30 minutes to get airborne, or you have to go back and do it again. In real life.
I don't think I really need it. I just like the animation.
Oh, yeah. In real life, that's how that works. And that's why places like O'Hare, other airports are now beginning to follow, like Philadelphia and some of the other northern airports, in building de-icing facilities near the end of the runway. O'Hare should have done this so many years ago.
Before you take off?
Oh, yeah, because you only have 30 minutes from the time it starts to be applied. So if you're in gate and you're getting de-iced, which is fine, you have 30 minutes from the time it starts to get to the end of the runway to get airborne before it's useless. O'Hare, you could easily take 30 minutes to get out of the gate and work your way down to the departure end, and then turn around to have to go back and do it again. So that's why O'Hare built that huge de-icing area on the west end of the field. I still fully in my heart believe there's a de-icing area being set on the eastern side, and that's why, to help get the delay time down because of that. But again, I could totally be wrong.
Pretty sure I've only been to that airport one time.
Do what?
So I'm pretty sure I've only been to that airport one time in my life.
O'Hare?
Yeah.
Oh, you never forget it. Actually, I enjoyed it the one time. I think I've only been there once. I enjoyed it, but I also had like 6 hours waiting on my ride to pick me up. So I wandered from all the way out where the United parks out, way out there, away from the terminal, all the way through a couple times. That's a pretty good walk, by the way, folks. And then I exited security. I wasn't about to wait out front where all you have are a couple of chairs, and that's about it. All right, time to be a mean airline.
And fasten your seatbelt.
Turn the seatbelt sign on.
Might as well fire up smart cards before I forget.
There you go. I actually still had it running from yesterday's flight and was a little nervous to fire it up without loading the plane. What would happen? Because of that auto start feature. That's why I turned it off. Then I'm going to fly for Sim Air Force, and I got to shut this one down to start that one up. All right, there's the magic transition. 10-12, let's make sure. 10-12, all right, we're coming in. Let's get down here, get that 1097 put in. What are we, 7-3? All right, here we go. And you can now see some of that high terrain we talked about in the arrival brief. Once we get on the runway, off the runway here, at the end is the terminal. And we'll just find a parking spot. We're not going to get overly concerned. All right, we got the localizer now alive. Okay, got the right one. IMS, right? Yep.
1,000 to go.
I'll tell you, it does get kind of scary. I remember a trip I did on the Sim once into LA. And if you're familiar, you know, you got the mountains that surround the LA basin. Well, the descent they made looked just like that. And you're like, Center, we're going to hit a mountain at that altitude. He goes, nope, minimum safe is this as long as you're this on your barometer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's why I use my train a lot more now.
Here we come, lining up. I got a runway in sight. 1,000 feet over it. All right, now we're clear. Eswatini traffic, MACAIR 572, 10-mile final, or correction, 7-mile final, runway 7.
Man, I really love this web FMC plugin.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I pull it on my tablet and I use my tablet as an FMC.
Oh, cool. All right.
It's
That's
like one of those big dudes that you could buy from Wingwing or whatever it is. Wingwing.
okay. You're disconnected. Why are you doing this?
Because it's a bone.
That's pretty much not far off. I turned it off. Oh, I clicked the wrong switch. I know what switch I did.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch altitude.
All right, we're going to do an overhead.
So say, are you going around.
Yeah.
I could still make that.
Well, I could too. Don't get me wrong, but
Got a lot of runway there, man. He could have made it.
yeah, we'll just enter the pattern. Check out where the closest golf course is.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Oh, that's nice. They're still operating on their own. Oh, for crying out loud. They're operating independent. That's not cool.
What, your throttles?
Yep. Did this last flight.
Man, I pushed the wrong way again.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Gonna have to do it again. It's because of that throttle issue. Okay, I think we may have it corrected, so. Only one way to find out. Let's go to flaps 10. Go around one more time.
Your landing gear down?
Yeah, gears down.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Okay.
Denver's got a lot of runways.
Huh?
So Denver has a lot of runways.
Yep, they sure do. I'll get past this ridge and then we'll make our turn. Man, I keep overshooting.
Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Think rate. Think rate. 500. Think rate.
400. Approaching 300. Minimum
Gear up.
200. 100.
Think rate.
50,
Think
40,
rate.
30, 20, 10.
I definitely look like a lightning strike.
80 knots.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I do not know what's causing this.
Got your throttle set on 1 and 2.
Yep, and I've got to go in and check Zibo's menu. Yeah, that's what was giving me so much trouble, is one of the doggone throttles would go back into auto. But yeah, we'll double check our config and all of that here in a second. Let's get this thing in. When I heard the takeoff config, I figured it 100% again. Doing it.
When's the last time there's an update?
For Zibo?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Uh-oh.
Wasn't there one like last week?
Yeah, it was last week. I've taken them all.
Okay.
Well, I meant to go to the terminal and ended up at the general aviation. Okay.
They make shuttle buses for a reason, right?
Yep. After that flight, I don't care. We're not there. All right. Well, that was definitely an eventful flight. Let's get up here and get that APU started. Okay, flaps are indeed up. Yeah, I should have gone further down the runway. There's the terminal. Could have gone down the service road. All right, well, we're just waiting on the good old APU to fire up.
Some of these like tiles, man, they look like ATC radars.
What do you mean? The circle cornfields and all?
Yeah.
That's actually real.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, they're actual circle cornfields. What they do in the irrigation, they get the maximum, you got to realize you're out in Colorado, western Nebraska, western Kansas, not a lot of rain, believe it or not. So they irrigate. And the irrigation is done in a circle, and then they kind of let those corners go if they get watered, and if they don't, they don't. It's not a whole lot of crop. At least that's what one farmer told me out in, or railroader / farmer out in Nebraska told me. They only get so much water off the aqueducts. Okay, APU is up and running. Turn the wing lights on, turn that on. Shut this beast down and have it checked.
You might want to definitely check your throttles on the next plane you do.
I really hate X-Plane for this. Oh, sometimes it's a pain in the rump to get them to shut down. Oh well, overall though was a good flight. All right, there's the air stair we didn't see before. Maybe we'll see buses this time. Maybe it considered a gate back there. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to get over here and I want to look at something real quick. Hey, there's buses. Is it calibration? I don't remember where it was. I'm pretty sure it's not in there. And we'll try that next time. Okay, we'll try that. All right, well, welcome into Eswatini after a very eventful flight. 2 go-arounds because of throttle issues. Now you told me to check one other place. I don't have 2 throttles.
Okay.
Huh.
I forgot you didn't have a quadrant.
All right, well, on the on that, let's see filed and how bad did Millennium hit me for? They got me for 600 feet a minute.
That doesn't even count then, does it?
I don't remember. I thought it was 700. We'll find out because I'm going to submit it.
Or maybe it's 800.
Either way, I know it was bad.
Says, hi everyone. Wanted to send out a mini PSA for NVIDIA card users.
Oh, yeah, I saw about that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I don't think I've taken any, I don't think I'm at 5.9. Okay, we got rid of that. Now we'll see if he takes it. If not, we'll fly it again another day. All right, well, let's take a look at it with sorry for the distractions, folks, just trying to figure out what the heck broke on it. I go through this about once a year where I have throttle issues. All right, there's good old Logitech. All right, and you can see the really crappy pattern work I did. Fair landings. 584 feet a minute, Logitech got us at. This will be one of those times Elevatech gets probably beat by Sim Toolkit.
I tried to get it to work the other day and it wouldn't even work for me.
What, Sim Toolkit?
No, Elevatex. I don't know if it is supported by Windows 11 or not.
That I don't know. I would think it is since it came out. It's been in development at least 6 months, if not more. I've been part of it. Anyway, Sim Toolkit says an hour, 17 minutes. Probably 45 minutes of that in go-arounds. No. 315 nautical miles, 3,000 kilograms, 1.6 on the G's, and 227 feet per minute. We'll go with their numbers. I think they're better. 900 feet down the runway, 51 feet off the center line. All in all, not a great landing. Here's where we parked. Here's where we should have parked. Facing, I believe it's this way. No, I think we do park out here. And the good old buses take us out. But anyway.
Further a lot down the taxiway.
Do what?
I say you should have went a lot further down the taxiway then.
I should have gone further down the runway. There's that service road I could have taxied across. Oh, well. Anyway, that was an interesting flight. All right, we're going to take a break, reset the sim, reset my gears, and everything else. So, Twitch folks, hang tight. We'll be right back. We're going to close out for YouTube, but and close that video out, and we'll restart a new video for the next one. But I want to say to everyone, thank you for being a part of this challenged arrival into Eswatini, and hope you all enjoyed it at least. Hopefully you've stopped laughing and crying at the same time. That was really, I hope we get this throttle issue worked out. So, all right, for now, we're going to call it, and hope you all have a great rest of your day. We'll be back, Twitch, in about a minute, call it 2 or 3 minutes after the song, and start firing up for our second flight of the day. So enjoy. God bless. We'll be right back, Twitch, and YouTube will be back on the next video.